Hi, I'm Ryan, and my life is average. Spoiled brats. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but have you guys noticed how disrespectful and spoiled our youth has been lately? Thanks to things like social media, I feel like our youth is growing up in a way that is very negative, and it's going to affect everyone in the long term. One thing that I've been noticing is that a lot of kids have been getting handed things these days. A lot of kids don't have to work really hard for things. Their parents kind of pony up and give it to them, or they get it either way. When I was a kid, and a lot of people that are older than me were a kid, they had to work really hard for things. They worked 3 to 4 jobs. They had to do the restaurant stuff. They had to do all these things just to get their money, just to pay for school, just to get all these things done. And I've been seeing so many kids lately that don't do that. They don't work for these things, and they don't appreciate these things. I've been doing YouTube now for 5 years, and it took me a long time to get successful. And one thing that I've seen, and I'm sure you guys have seen, if you go to Twitter, any YouTube comment, any Vine comment, you'll see people begging for shoutouts. They're not letting their content work for itself. They're not letting their content show how good they are. They're just begging, hey, can you shout me out? Hey, can you shout me out on Twitter? Hey, can you subscribe to me and then shout me out in a video? And it doesn't work like that. You have to build connections with people. And I think the issue is everybody wants to be famous, but no one wants to put in the work. Everybody just wants to say, hey, I've made 2 videos. Can you shout me out and get me 5,000 subscribers? Because that's what you have. You have so many subscribers. And that's the problem with the kids today, is they feel like they have to get everything right now, right this second. They can't work for anything, and that's because of the internet. Because the days of cell phones and Google, we can get every piece of information in seconds. We don't have to really look anything up. Also, with Christmas coming right around the corner, you're gonna see kids asking for iPhones. And when I was 16, I got my first phone. Now, I know that might be a little old for some people. You might be like, wow, that's ridiculous. How did you survive? Well, I did. I survived. I'm okay. I feel like I'm a pretty good human being. And it scares me that there are literally 6 and 7-year-olds getting iPhones for Christmas, because there is no need for that. Now, I'm all for safety. I understand that, you know, a parent might want their child to have something so they can speak to them. That's fine. You can get them a little track phone where they can make phone calls, but to put an iPhone, which is literally opening the entire world of information, which is usually very negative, to your 6 or 7-year-old son or daughter, to me, really scares me. And I just hate the fact that that's happening. And the biggest issue about that is there will be an 8 or 9-year-old kid that gets an iPhone for Christmas that complains that it isn't the gold one. Like, when you're 8 or 9, you should be complaining that there's not enough marshmallows in your Lucky Charms, because to me, when I was 8, that's a big deal. Just last week, I was on Facebook, and a friend's sister got a brand new car for her sweet 16. And you know what that girl said on Facebook? She was upset because it didn't have leather seating. And she complained to her parents that if they wanted to surprise her, next time they should get what she actually wanted. Hearing something like that makes me just really disappointed in a lot of the youth. Now, obviously, a lot of people aren't like this, but there are sadly a lot that are. When I had my first car, it was a 1996 Ford Taurus. Do you want to know how much ass I pulled in that car? 0. But you know what I did pull? A job. And I went to school in it, because that's a point of a car. You don't need to be 16-year-old driving around in a Range Rover or a Benz. Something else that drives me nuts about youth today is how disrespectful they are in person. And what happens is, I think they're so used to being on Xbox Live talking about someone's mom, or being on Twitter or Facebook or Ask FM where they have a mask, and then they do it in real life and they forget that there can be real life consequences. For instance, last month I was at the mall and I was just walking around eating frozen yogurt, because that's what I do with my life, and this kid about 10 years old bumps into me and keeps running, and I said, whoa man, just that. He turned, gave me the finger, and said the F word. He was 10. His shoes looked like the size of an Oreo, and he cursed me off and gave me the finger. And I just stood there baffled, because when I was 10 years old, I didn't curse. I didn't want to curse because I was 10. The problem is we live in a society where everybody doesn't want to turn down anymore. They just want to turn up. When you're 7 or 8 years old and you're cursing, you need to stop turning up. You need to turn down. You need to turn down your night-night light and go to sleep and take a little nap, because you're 7. If you guys agree, make sure to give this video a thumbs up for me, and comment down below some things that kids do that make you cringe or make you scared for society. And I hope you enjoyed the rant. I'm sorry that I'm sick. I'm sure I sound ridiculous, but I still wanted to make a video for you guys. I'll see you guys next Friday, and hey, stay average.